Yo, as y'all can see, we are reacting to Dr. Data. So a lot of people reacting to him. Anyways, so we're gonna react to him. Anyways, let's do this. Why I just go out his channel? Let's just go back.
What would happen if you brought shampoo to ancient Greece? Day 1, you arrive in Athens with mint shampoo. Locals use olive oil and metal scrapers. Hair permanently greasy. You lather it onto a wrestler's head. White foam erupts. Mint fills the air. Onlookers recoil in terror, convinced you've summoned a thundercloud. Day 2, crowds line up trading gold coins for your shampoo. Every scraper in Athens abandoned overnight. Hair flows freely in the wind. Day 7, shampoo reshapes Greek society. What would happen?
Okay.
How did people clean themselves before soap even existed? In prehistoric times, washing meant death by hypothermia. Covered in a layer of animal fat and grime, people shielded themselves from the frost. In ancient Egypt, the wealthy scrubbed their bodies with a paste made from clay, sand, and animal fat. Then they rubbed themselves down with scented oils. You weren't clean. You were just marinated. Romans didn't use soap at all. They covered their bodies in olive oil, then scraped the oil and all the dirt off with a metal blade called strigil. They called it bathing. In medieval Europe, bathing was considered medically dangerous. Water, they believed, opened the pores and let plague inside. The aristocracy replaced hygiene with masking odors, using perfumes and powders, believing that hiding the stench was the same as cleanliness. The perfume didn't help. It just turned every royal court into a competition of who could smell the least like a corpse. Today, you have exfoliating loofahs and 48-hour deodorant, thousands of years of hygiene, and you're still a stinky human. How did
you're a skeleton with no skin, bro.
For every rep of 130.
What would happen if you brought a metal detector to the gold rush? Day 1, you arrive in California. Everywhere you look, filthy miners are digging in the mud with spoons, praying for a miracle. You pull out your gear, one beep, and a second later, you're holding a gold nugget the size of your fist. Day 2, you set up your tent by the river. You just stroll along the bank while...
That's the thing, because that would help them. They would probably just take it from you. They can just take it from you and then it's just gone. Like literally, you're just helping them.
Gold practically jumps into your hands. People offer you their horses and homes for just 60 seconds with your detector. Day 3. All of California is obsessed with you. People stop digging and start following your every step like zombies. You find so much gold that you have to hire a private stagecoach just to carry the weight. Week 1. Suddenly you catch someone rummaging through your bags. It's Socrates. Instead of running, he asks, does this gold make you rich, or does it only make you a slave to desire? You've had enough of his questions. You tie him to a pine tree so he stops ruining your vibe. Month 1. You are the richest person on earth, chilling on a mountain of coins in your pink slides. You don't even hold the detector anymore. You have an army of workers doing it for you. What would happen if you sold bubble wrap in Babylon? Day 1. You arrive at the Tigris with hundreds of rolls of bubble wrap. The people have never seen anything so transparent and elastic. You pop one bubble in public. A crisp, satisfying crack. The laborers building the city wall immediately drop their stones, eyes filled with a longing they've never known. Day 2. Bubble wrap becomes Babylon's most precious therapy. The Senate decrees that before any vote, senators must pop 10 centimeters to calm down. And as a bonus, Babylon's delicate pottery finally survives transport. Day 3. Socrates materializes in Babylon, asking whether the pop is merely an illusion of the soul. You've had enough. You wrap him in 10 meters of bubble wrap, a full bubble mummy. You work in peace, while Socrates logically explains his imprisonment. Month 1. You're known as the master of mental relief. The city wall is half built, but Babylon has never been happier. You're not selling plastic, you're selling an addictive miracle that soothes an entire civilization. What would happen?
Out of anything you could have did, you had to do bubble wrap. Bubble wrap?
You sold butter. How did people clean their teeth before toothbrushes even existed? In ancient Babylon, around 3500 BCE, your toothbrush was a twig, chewed until one end frayed. No minty freshness, just pure bark flavor. In ancient Rome, the rich whitened their teeth by rinsing with urine. Ammonia was a powerful whitener. They even imported premium urine from Portugal.
To freaking brush
Your teeth gleamed, but when you opened your mouth, everyone held their breath. In medieval Europe, teeth were scrubbed with linen dipped in crushed oyster shells and charcoal. You thought you were cleaning. You were actually sanding your enamel down. Your teeth didn't rot, they just slowly disappeared. In the 18th century, the first real toothbrush arrived. A bone handle bristled with boar hair. Always damp, always smelling like a tiny pig farm. And the craziest part, the whole family shared one brush. Today you have a sonic toothbrush vibrating 30,000 times a minute, mint toothpaste, and a water flosser. Yet you still have 3 cavities, thousands of years of innovation, and you still can't brush properly. What if you sold blue takis in ancient Egypt? Day 1, you arrive in ancient Egypt with bags of blue takis. You tear open a bag, you hand one chip to a worker. The heat hits. He grabs his throat, then opens his mouth, tongue completely blue. Then the whole crowd turns toward him, whispering all at once. Day 2, word spreads overnight. The pain is the ritual. Ra burned your tongue and left his color behind. People lining up for purification. The queue stretches past the temple walls before sunrise. Day 3, the high priest arrived furious. No blessing was authorized. They send guards to shut you down. The guards try one chip. The heat drops them to their knees. Their tongues go blue and don't come back. Month 6, the pharaoh summons you. He must be marked before the entire court. He places one chip on his tongue. The heat builds. His eyes water. He doesn't flinch. Tongue goes blue. The crowd bows in silence. Year 1, the priests declare it. The people already believed it. The one who carried the blue fire was sent by Ra himself. What if you sold hot Cheetos in ancient Greece? Day 1, you arrive in Athens with a bag of hot Cheetos. No one knows what they are. You hand one to a stranger. He eats it. His eyes go wide. He grabs his throat. You're already in trouble. Day 2, word spreads a traveler carries fire in a bag. People come to watch, not to eat. You dare them. One athlete tries it, cries, then immediately asks for another. The crowd goes silent. Day 3, the priests declare it cursed. Red dust sent by Ares. They try to confiscate your stock. You hide it under the market floor. A Cheetos black market is born. Week 1, you're selling from the shadows. Double the price, triple the demand. The same priests who banned it are your best customers at midnight. Month 1, half of Athens is addicted. Socrates walks up to you, then looks at you and says, "Is it truly pain if we return to it willingly?" You hand him another one, walks away still thinking. Month 6, last bag sold, pockets full of gold. You don't wait for the morning. You load a boat at midnight while Athens sleeps with red fingers. What if you sold hot Cheetos in ancient? Can you get rich selling fans in ancient Egypt? Day 1, you arrive in Thebes. On your way out of town, you encounter a collapsed overseer. You fan him. He drops his whip and prostrates himself, convinced you command the god of the wind. Day 2, the governor welcomes you as an honored guest. He sees the artifact summons wind with no slave to labor, and immediately offers a fortune in gold to own it exclusively. Day 3, the pharaoh summons you for a demonstration. You crank it to full power, blasting his wig clean off. Dead silence. You quickly...
Y'all got the most baldest person of all time, bro. He's more bald than baldy, bro.
Call it the wind god's loving caress. Day 4, you switch on oscillation mode. The device turns its head on its own. Nobles crash to the floor in terror. The high priest declares a storm spirit is trapped inside. Day 5, the battery dies. You declare the wind spirit has returned to the heavens. The pharaoh panics and demands a human sacrifice to wake it. Day 6, you seal the fan in a golden casket. Call it a sleeping divine relic. Trade it for half the treasury. Then flee overnight with a camel train full of gold. Can you get rich selling fans in ancient... Can you get rich selling sunscreen in ancient Egypt? Day 1, you arrive at a pyramid construction site. The workers, their skin already hardened by the sun, dismiss your white cream as a nuisance. You get chased away. Day 2, you pivot to a new target, an Egyptian noblewoman. After a day by the Nile, she has no sunburn at all. Impressed, she immediately appoints you her personal priest. Day 3, you market it as the sun god's invisible shield. It takes the nobility of Thebes by storm. They love the coconut scent and believe it's the very breath of the gods. Day 4. The pharaoh hears of this miracle and buys out your entire stock. He integrates it into his daily donkey milk baths, flaunting his unburnt skin at court. Day 5. You run out. You try faking a batch with olive oil and white mud, but the nobles instantly notice the missing coconut scent. The high priest accuses you of losing divine favor. Day 6. You package your last empty plastic bottle as a sacred relic and trade it for 3 carts of gold. That night, you board a merchant ship and flee with your fortune. Can you get... How can you actually escape? How can you actually escape from Alcatraz? Day 1. You arrive at Alcatraz. The iron door slams shut. You stay silent. You watch the guards. You watch the floor. You have time and a plan. Day 4. You start collecting things. A broken spoon. A loose nail. You hide them inside your bed frame. You count the guards. 36 by day, 18 by night. Day 7. The wall behind the vent is weak. The salt air has broken the concrete. You dig every night. You hide the debris in your pockets. You empty them during the yard walk. Day 12. You make a fake head from paper and paint. You put it on your pillow. The guards walk past. You steal a raincoat and a needle. You sew a small raft in the dark. Day 20 finally arrives. The narrow hole is ready now. You slowly crawl and climb through the rusted metal pipes. You reach the high roof and feel the biting cold wind. You quickly inflate the rubber raft and slide into the freezing black water. The cursed island grows small behind you in the mist. The loud alarm rings at 6 a.m., but you are already long gone forever. How can you act? What happens if you spend a week on Mars? Day 1. You step onto the rust-red sand. Olympus Mons towers ahead, 3 times taller than Everest. Breathtaking. Day 2. You try to walk, but Mars's gravity is just 1/3 of Earth's. One small jump sends you soaring meters into the air. Day 3. You're thirsty, but liquid water barely exists here. It's frozen underground. Every drop must be recycled. Even washing your face feels like a luxury. Day 4. A dust storm hits without warning. Red sand swallows the sky. Visibility drops to meters, and you're trapped inside, watching the crimson world through the window. Day 5. A Martian day is only 39 minutes longer than Earth's. Your body barely notices, but the sky, always pale orange-red. No blue, no clouds. Day 6. You grab your phone to send photos home, but the signal delay is brutal. No calls, just waiting. Day 7. You leave Mars and return to Earth. Standing on solid ground again, you realize just how precious gravity and breathable air truly are. What happens if you spend a week on...
Okay, y'all. That's the end of the video. I'll rate his channel 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good. Anyways, like and subscribe and enjoy the video.